Moments ago, you saw Joanna Remiliotis reporting on the trend of companies hiring more people on the autism spectrum. But there's already a business model that's way ahead of that trend. It was actually created with the goal of providing jobs for people with autism. And as you'll see in Joanna's next story, business is booming.
Make sure the lobby bathrooms are cleaned up, please.
Here at the Rising Tide Car Wash in Fort Lauderdale, details are everything.
Right. Want to make sure the whole car is dry.
And Supervisor Matt is a stickler for
So
them.
help me dry down the car.
Every water drop, every soap spot has to be wiped perfectly clean.
See, there's a little bit of soap over here and a little bit over here.
On Saturdays, Matt comes in 3 hours early, just because.
3 hours early? That's dedicated.
That's dedicated, perfect.
Yeah, and that makes you happy?
Yep. I'm making sure everybody's doing well in the business and we help each other out.
This is no ordinary car wash. It's a labor of love with a labor force that is giving this place an incredible advantage. 80% of everyone who works here is on the autism spectrum. Overlooked and considered unemployable before, their success now is inextricably linked to rising tides.
Make sure you get all four corners, right?
Tom Derry is the owner.
For most of our employees, this is their first job. Most of our employees would be sitting at home, probably playing video games, probably not having a whole lot of friends. Let's box and fill all the way around that window, dude.
Tom doesn't just know this, he's lived it.
There we go, that's a good window.
You see, the inspiration for Rising Tide, for making a conscious decision to provide employment for people on the spectrum, came from Tom's brother Andrew.
How do you feel about getting up in the morning and having a job to go to?
Getting up in the morning, it's kind of exhausted.
That part, yeah, you don't like so much.
The Derry family bought the car wash to give Andrew and people like him a job.
People with autism are exceptionally capable. In fact, the only reason there's such high unemployment among people with autism is because we as a society look at autism as a disability that requires sympathy instead of a really valuable diversity. So we wanted to prove that that was the case, that people with autism really have a lot to bring to the table. So we wanted to build a brand and a business around their capabilities.
And the profits are soaring. When the Derrys bought the business 4 years ago, it was servicing 35,000 cars a year. Now it's up to 160,000, proving the Derry's point that autistic adults need jobs, not charity.
We're trying to essentially blow that up and say, yes, when people with autism are young, there's hurdles that they have to go over, just like all of us, but many of them work super hard, overcome those things, and are ready to be really capable people in the workforce when they become adults. And if we're overly brazen about how awesome they are, it's just because we get to work with them every day and we get to see it. Yep, you're going to work with Jonathan, all right?
I know he's your brother and you have a bit of a bias, but Andrew, how do you think you're doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah? Are you like a valued employee?
I'm a valuable employee.
Yeah. What makes you good?
I do the process very great.
And what else?
And earn money.
How do you feel about that?
I feel great for that.
Business is doing so well. The Derrys are now opening a second location. They haven't even posted any jobs and have gotten more than 700 calls from potential applicants. All of them with that one specific qualification, the autism advantage.
None so far.
Joanna Remiliotis, CBC News, Fort Lauderdale.